I know that I'm different, self-motivated, self-disciplined, yeah. I learned from my experience. I just want someone.
People fouling like crazy.
It was when I heard. I was matter of fact, I was thinking about coming back out here, and when I heard about the shooting, I was like, yeah, I can't. That ain't gonna work for me.
That's why they ain't seen no many locals on campus no more because they used to come out here just to play ball.
Yeah, even on the inside too, they made us start coming to the inside.
Yep.
Because like I said, it's just a liability, man. You got, especially now with the amount of kids y'all got here with football, bringing more kids, so they can't take no chance of nobody getting hurt. That shouldn't be okay, especially if you ain't a student.
Yeah.
And that's how you talking about administration gonna have to answer some questions.
And how to get on campus, how to get in the gym, how they do this.
Exactly. So that's why they shut all that down. So
now it's like you're gonna get like one guess, I guess, is that. We used to be able to sneak so many people in the gym, man, crazy.
Like I said, 'cause back when I was in school, man, we used to have everybody from the city.
Just come there and play. That's what we play.
But now, like I said, you barely get on the court.
Can't even do that. You be like, hey, shit. Cause look, I want to get them boys at West Florida out here.
Yeah.
But man, they piss me off. Nah, not even just them, it's coaching.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a combination of a few things, man. I think it's a combination of the coach being new to the program, new to the area, trying to get his.
No, but think about it. He been a part of the program for the last 4 years.
Oh, he has? Okay.
Yeah, he just
I just saw him last year.
Yeah.
I didn't even know he was part of the program last year.
Yeah, they said he been there since the people that seen him was freshmen.
Gotcha.
So
LJ and all them.
He had them since they were freshmen.
Freshman, yeah.
But think about it, they playing individual basketball. They playing 1-on-5.
Yeah, 1-on-5 every possession.
I'm like, bro,
yeah,
y'all doing that? Y'all ain't gonna.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, I mean, they got a couple of kids that was for that can actually play a little bit, but like you said, they spend so much time on one-on-one basketball, and then they don't play together.
Yep.
On the defensive end, they point fingers at everybody. Ain't nobody working together. Cause like even like when they go to the bench, ain't nobody high-fiving nobody. Like ain't nobody like.
They don't even talk.
They don't even talk. Like you can tell they not even like really cool outside of the basketball team.
Yeah.
It's like they're forced to be together on the basketball team. So a lot of what they do on the court, it shows that.
Yeah. And look, when they played my first yesterday, I stayed the whole game that time. I was so pissed off.
Yeah.
Because look, it showed. It's like you got all these egos that ain't meshing. And I ain't gonna say like the plays and stuff either.
It ain't the plays. It's just
the player. Like y'all rather look at I versus we.
Yep. Because there's a kid that go to West Florida named Chris. He ain't playing this year. It's his senior year, and it's because of issues on the team. Players don't want him on the team and all that stuff. So it's like. This is a bad situation over there. But like I said, with everybody gone next year, hopefully, maybe he can start, rebuilding.
Is he a senior? Chris a senior?
Yeah, Chris a senior. Yeah, his last year. I told him, I said, man, you need to find a way to get back on that team because you can't waste your senior year because you already got to think about like this. You're not highly recruited.
Yeah, in
this area, and not having any film for your senior year it's gonna be a bad look because
there's a gap.
It's a gap.
Because I don't know what you did.
What happened? Why'd you take that year off?
Yeah.
Because if you say you got kicked off the team, they're gonna have more questions. Okay, so why'd you get kicked off the team?
Yeah.
Or they didn't want you on the team. Why they didn't want your team? Are you a bad teammate? You're a problem off the court? Like all those questions start to arise. So I told you gotta talk to the coach, the principal, the players, whoever it is, and you gotta say, hey man, listen, all I want is you play guard. So he can shoot the ball. He can shoot the pill off the ball, bro. He can shoot the ball. White boy named Chris. He got blonde hair.
I know they had the quarterback, John Pussy came back out there. He ain't come.
Well, if football is his future, he ain't gonna come back out there.
Ain't gonna lie, they saying he got D1 scholarships. I say, well, shit.
Yeah, he done for
y'all side.
He done for you.
He ain't coming there y'all for the next. He a junior, so
that's what I'm saying.
He ain't gonna come.
So because of that, business-wise, it makes no sense for him to come back on the court. I'm already good. I'm going for football anyway.
Yeah.
I was just playing basketball these last 3 years just so I make sure I stay in shape.
Yeah.
Because that's what a lot of football players do.
Yeah.
But when you know you're good for football, I'm not going out there risk an injury or risk, looking bad for no reason.
Fact.
Nah, not when I'm good at football.
Fact.
And vice versa. If I'm good at basketball, I'm not playing no other sport.
Oh, yeah. That is true.
You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing.
Oh, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode from Voice Man. I'm your host, Terry, Mr. King. I got another King in the building with me today. Hey, as y'all see our conversation already, we're talking about, man, I'm allowing him to introduce himself. We went to the rival in high schools, and he actually back in the community doing this thing over there in Washington.
Yeah.
Hence why we was talking basketball right now. But I went to West Florida trying to get back out there coaching real soon.
Yeah.
So this is what our conversation is going to be about. I'm going to let him introduce himself first.
Man, it's DeMarcus Horne here. Went to Pine Forest High School here locally. Now I'm back coaching at Washington here locally. And man, T, I appreciate you having me on the show, man.
Appreciate you coming on, man. Because look, like we've been talking about already, bro. It's crazy looking at the basketball around us now.
Yeah,
like
it's totally different.
So much talent and everything.
Yeah.
And a lot of these kids, they just want to play individual ball.
Yeah, I think, when we was in high school, it was more of, like you say, behind closed doors, everybody putting in work, and then, of course, once the lights come on, we show y'all what we doing.
Yeah.
Now, with social media, it's made everybody want to be a celebrity without actually putting in work.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of guys and girls that, like I said, they get their camera, and they have people come to the game, get these snippets of highlights, and they make it look like they're actually doing something, when in reality they're not really doing nothing.
Ain't putting in no work.
They're not putting in no work. They're not being selfless. They're being selfish.
Yeah.
They're not playing with their team. They're not taking good shots. They're not showing basketball IQ, and they're not showing any skill.
Yeah.
So that's what social media has been. The backlash behind that is that it's made a lot of kids believe something that's really not there, and then it's hurt coaches.
Yeah.
Because me, myself, and you trying to get into it.
Yeah.
You trying to teach the kids the right way, and you look like the dinosaur.
Yeah.
Because now YouTube, IG, Snapchat,
Man, I ain't gonna have no
TikTok,
highlight.
exactly.
I ain't gonna, how we get recruited?
The way the algorithms work is the more highlight type reels I have, that's gonna get me more attention
exposure.
and more exposure.
Yeah.
So I get it, and that's why that's the part that I try to
balance.
Balance is like, man, it's a different generation.
Yeah.
My generation wasn't this, but I gotta still show them that, okay, yes, you have this platform, but let's use it wisely, so that way you put yourself out there the right way.
Yeah, because, man, if they understand, you're gonna get the highlights regardless.
Yeah, if you're doing what you're supposed to
If you're doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Cause look, I don't care about no highlights and find out you lost the game. Y'all got blown out by like 40 to 30 points. I was like, well, shoot, why you rest? What happened? Yeah, you have all these dogs, all these nice passes, all this stuff you showed me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking at it.
Look at the box score.
Yeah,
what's the box score say? Oh, y'all lost by 45.
Yeah,
you had 30, but you had 18.
They're just trying to shine up a turd.
Exactly.
They're shining up a turd.
And the most, your higher level basketball coaches, that's what they're looking for. Okay, first off, what you like in the classroom?
Yeah.
What you like on the campus that you go to high school at? Because those are more important than any bucket you can put in the hole.
And that's why I still in all of them. Every time I see them, I say, what's your grade looking like?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I got the 1D. I say, well,
don't worry about it. Hey, don't worry about it, because when it come down to it, and them folks start looking back at your transcript and they see that you
can't handle the
2.1,
you ain't going nowhere.
You ain't going nowhere.
Cause look, they be thinking like, oh, my skills gonna get me there. I was like, bro, if they see you can't handle the shit in high school,
you can't handle this. You can't even handle UWF.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We on a campus right now. You can ask any of the athletes here, bro. It's a real deal schedule that you got to go through, because I played college ball.
Yeah.
So I know, like, it ain't no mom waking you up. We up at 5 in the morning. You got practice.
And look, you got about 4 or 5 practices that whole day. And look, I was trying to tell these kids the whole time during conditioning. I was like, man, y'all understand? Y'all gotta start thinking like, are you playing in D1 college ball right now? Because if you ain't eating the right, look, you're gonna have your diet, how you're supposed to eat. You're gonna have your schedule for class. You got your time where you got team practice, you got conditioning, you got individual, then you got training, weights. I'm like, you got all this within a day. To turn around, you gotta do that shit all over again the next day.
The next morning, And this is all before you even get in season.
Exactly.
This is preseason, this summer, all this stuff you're doing, building up to your fall start of your season. And once you start, it's even tighter because now you got games.
Yep.
So
and now you got to manage your stuff. Like, while you ain't playing,
you
need to be doing homework.
Yep. Studying
everything. I was like,
kids these days, they think, oh, I can do manage all this stuff.
Yeah.
That way, see them having them, the people that actually got the talent.
Yeah.
They don't make because they couldn't take care of the little stuff.
Also, too, I point out to a lot of the guys and girls that I deal with is that, yes, y'all see all these guys on social media that have a platform that's doing these NIL deals, that's doing all this, big time things with basketball.
Yeah.
But I guarantee if you look at their grades, every last one of them, damn near a 4.0.
Yeah.
There ain't none of them, ain't nobody skating by with their grades because for one thing they know, I'm not gonna allow my classroom to stop me from playing ball because if I'm not doing my thing in the classroom,
I ain't getting making money, and you ain't making no money.
So now I can't make no money. I can't have no potential to make no money. So guess what?
Your stock went down.
Let me go ahead and get the grades straight. So if you're a 3.5, 4.0, bro, you ain't got, even if you do fail a class, you still gonna be a 3.0.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because your grades are that high.
Yeah.
So that's why I try to stress to them, like, man, look, get the grades first, then everything else. Because also too, with the grades and being in the classroom, it displays discipline there too.
Yeah.
Because if you're disciplined enough to do your work and come to class on time and do all those things, then on the basketball court, it's easier to be disciplined on doing all that schedule.
And it should run more smoothly.
It runs smooth, transition smoothly together.
And like a lot of the kids now complain about all the preseason conditioning stuff too.
Mm-hmm. They don't want to do it.
They don't want to do it. I was like, bro, I said, what do you think you're gonna do when you get to college?
Yeah.
I said, even if you don't go to college, say you go to the military like me.
Yeah.
When I was playing basketball for my ship,
Yeah.
we conditioned every day. Look, all we did was play basketball. We had practice in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like we was in college, but stuff in the military.
Mm-hmm.
Now, days we had duty, that's the only days we couldn't practice. But we practice, go back to the ship, eat everything, come back, weight room, come back, another practice, working on all this stuff. I was like, y'all think just because...
Yeah. They don't understand. They don't understand levels of life in general. That's why I love, sports.
Yeah.
Because it teaches you levels of life. That you're always going to be working.
To get better.
And you're always going to be working with somebody, too, as well, that you don't know.
Yeah.
Especially in the military. That's one thing I love about the military is that it teaches that camaraderie.
Yeah.
That you need your brother or your sister to your left or your right to be able to get the goal accomplished that y'all have in front of you on a task or whatever. Especially on the ship.
Oh yeah.
It's everything.
It's hostile.
Everything high alert there because at any given moment something going wrong, that ship going down. Y'all in the middle of the ocean. Oh, yeah. Like, y'all thousands of miles from somebody.
And there's a lot of people swimming.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So y'all you talking about that's 1,000 miles from somebody else being where y'all are. Yeah. So y'all have to work as a cohesive group. So if it's 10,000 of y'all on that ship, everybody gotta know what they're doing.
Facts. If they don't know what they're doing, boom. Cause look, and it's funny about it. Like I went to West Florida, so I know we have a harder time than any other school to get to that point.
Yeah.
But usually by your senior year, you should already have messed with everybody.
Yeah.
Cause like even now, if I go play with anybody I play with now in high school, it's like
it just clicks.
It clicks because I'm like, all right, I know they tendencies, I know what they're gonna do. Even if they add something new to their repertoire,
you still have some familiarity.
Yeah. But like, I think back all the time, like we had all this conditioning and stuff too. Like we didn't complain. It's like, okay, this is what we gotta do.
Yeah.
We had a goal ahead. We was like, hey, we tired of being the laughing stock. We trying to accomplish something this year. Yeah. Turn around, we actually won the district. Yeah. I was shocked. I was like, okay, we made it work. Yeah. Now I'm looking at it like, bro, you know what I'm saying? If y'all don't put in this work here, y'all may be doing all this work skill wise. Yeah. But come time for the game, if you ain't conditioned, that skills ain't gonna do nothing. Cause like, bro, you can be doing all these drills. But if you ain't doing it in the place where you're already tired, like you in the fourth quarter, when it comes to fourth quarter, you're gonna be. Yeah. But it also come down to coaching itself too.
I think a lot of with like you just said coaching. If the guys don't believe in what he's doing or she's doing, that's where the disconnect starts. Yeah. And that's where it's harder to get them to do anything on the off season. Yeah. Even in the regular season, it's hard to get them to do anything because they just don't believe in what you're doing. Yeah. They don't believe in your system. They don't believe in the culture that you're trying to create. And I think that's what West Florida has had an issue with since you graduated.
Oh yeah.
Is that the culture's not there.
Because I feel like we try to pass it down to the last one. Because my friend Matt and me and Ashton was talking about it yesterday. Yeah. The team they had was basically all returning itself of 6 of us. Mm-hmm. So, and they end up getting some slides in there too. Yeah. So it's like, well, what y'all had, y'all should have ended up running back the district. Yeah. But I think after that, it just came more. individual stuff, individual stats. Like West Florida had some teams over the last. They had some good players and good teams that they could have won something with in the last 10 years. I know 2014, between 2013 2015, they should have won 3 districts.
Yeah.
Because they changed districts. They wasn't even in Washington and nobody else district.
I
was like, we had PHS in Washington district.
Yeah.
So we actually had to compete. Y'all had teams that
shouldn't have been a problem.
Shouldn't even been a problem.
Yeah.
And like people, the thing about it, like saying, is no one buying into it. People transferred. Ain't like there was a lot of bad coaching decisions at the same time too.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to look at it. It's like, man, I know what these kids are thinking. But if only they just like, hey, come together and like, hey, we know what we need.
Because I'm really shocked, honestly, because when I was in high school, West Florida was Georgetown.
Yeah.
So the chance of y'all getting ball player was slim to none.
Slim. You got to get selected in though.
So you got, you know what I'm saying? You got, and then on top of that, like it's like, okay, you got West Florida, Pine Forest. I'm going to Pine Forest because Pine Forest got the football team, they got the basketball team.
Yeah.
But when y'all transition to the Woodham spot,
I
figured y'all should have no problem getting guys and girls over there that can play some basketball. Because in that area,
it's right there.
It's right there. But then also on top of that, I know, you got to get into
West Florida.
You just can't go to school there.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of guys that really can play ball, they don't qualify for that school. So.
And that's another problem I see with our school. But not even that, it's we're keeping the talent. Because I know a lot of people that started there, then transferred out.
Yeah.
But one, because of grades and stuff, but two, because they're like, man, I ain't going to be able to get exposure here.
Yeah.
Because like,
we're going to win with this, with this team.
There's a girl on Pine Forest, I found out yesterday, she started at West Florida. She transferred her freshman year. Yeah. But her grades were a problem. But she balled the fuck out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's what I'm saying. And that's what's going to happen with schools that, there's nothing wrong with West Florida having standards.
Yeah.
You want to have higher learning. You want to have, kids in your program that is, pushing the school forward with their ability to have good grades, good behavior, all the skills of life you need. Yeah. But at the same time, that's the balance. The balance you got to find. Like, okay, we want to be that strict, then okay, we know sports gonna suffer. Yeah. And that's why I say, luckily, football is not one of them that's suffering. Yeah. Because football, typically in this area, as long as you got a decent football program, you're good. You're gonna be good because everybody want to go to football games. Yeah. But basketball, baseball, soccer, lacrosse, whatever else you play, those gonna lack. Yeah. But see,
West Florida always had a good baseball team.
Even when I was in high school, I remember the baseball team.
They always won district, won the state, and everything too. Football team up to recently, they've been doing good. Honestly, I really feel like we would have the coaches they had now back then. We would have been all right. Yeah, we had a lot of the talent. Yeah. Like talent wise, from ever since after I'm gonna say last talented class out of West Florida football wise, really 2011, 2012. If we had the right coaching, we would have went way further. Like we had Joffrey, quarterback, like dude could throw like 70 yards.
I heard about that. Yeah.
And then you had the wide receivers, DJ Kane. You had numerous of threats. It just finally piecing all that stuff together. Yeah. Like they said, the right system. The same thing with basketball. It's so much egos now because, like I say, they competing with the Brownies, the overseas, exposure now too. You got
OT.
And like in college now, they like they got so many different options. Like, oh, you may not need to go to college. You can go over here and play this, that, and third. Yeah. It's like you take it away from what y'all could accomplish together. Because for the team that they got, this is the first time I've seen West Florida actually some size. And
y'all got some length, man.
Exactly. But they don't use it.
And y'all got some, and with that length, they have some athleticism. Which is, like I say, when I was in school,
that's what you need.
Never really seen it, but now you gotta have some size, and they got that. Yeah. But they just not implementing it in any of the style that they're trying to play. But like I said, I think that falls on the players and the coaches. I think the coaches are, how can I say this? I honestly don't think they're demanding enough from them.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree because I come in, I demand more from them. I ain't say I demand more from them than their head coach because I don't be at the practice. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like the big man, I couldn't remember a time where even me being the littlest big man ever coming out of West Florida, I boxed out. I rebound. They only do the little things. I'm like, bro, if you ain't gonna do the little thing, you ain't gonna play big and you play aggressive. How you gonna expect to be?
It's all about competing, bro.
Exactly.
Just compete.
Because I had one kid, his name Kobe. He on JV. He's like, man, it's just practice. I ain't got to really compete in practice. I don't got to compete in the practice. I say, bro, that's your fucking problem. Every time the ball is in your hand, even before you step on court, you're supposed to compete. It don't matter if your friends at practice, you have to embarrass them and get better. You can't get better if you ain't competing. I was like, when you got their mindset like that, I was like, bro, you are your whole downfall. You the reason why you ain't better. You get the reason why I got him and a couple other players I talked to. I chewed him out. Like, I'm watching the game, I was like, boom. He's like, oh, yeah, you ain't gonna tell me I didn't do this right. I was like, no, you already know you didn't do it right. But your problem is you supposed to be the leader of this team. And you ain't implementing
That's another thing I noticed just watching them, outside of being, an opposing coach, just an observer of basketball, a lover of basketball. I don't really see guys on that team showing any leadership.
None.
You know what I'm saying?
Whatsoever.
Like I see a lot of pointing, shouting at each other when things aren't going right, but I don't see nobody saying, all right, guys, come together, let's make this right. But that's what it goes back to the beginning of our conversation. They're not really cool outside of the basketball court.
They just buddy.
They just cool because they're on the team, but they're not like really buddies. Like, they're not going to lunch together. They're not hanging out because they will have enough respect for each other to talk to each other that way and bring out the good versus bring out, frustration, attitude. Because I see a lot of attitude
on everything.
You know what I'm saying? When I see them together, and it's not just them. And I know we talk on West Florida because that's where you went to school at. But it's a lot of kids in this area. They have an issue with just handling their emotions. Which goes back to teaching. Who's teaching them how to be young men and how to deal with situations of adversity? That's what especially in our community, we struggle with a lot. Is there a lot of people that are teaching our young men how to be men? They're not teaching the right way. They're teaching them with a more feminine, reaction to situations.
Because I was telling them straight up, I think the reason why me and my team actually got together and actually did something, over the summer, we had all these camps. And it was still like you can see the division there, still in the team. Like literally you had this one side, you had this one side. Me, I was just there, I was like, hey bro, y'all just don't fuck with my shit, I ain't gonna get any shit. Y'all just do y'all shit. When it come down to time we gotta play, y'all just be ready to play. It took us coming, like, coaches wasn't even there. We in the decision. We was up in there, I was like, yo, we gotta do something special this year. We went to FSU, play against teams like we shouldn't even be able to compete against. I'm not even gonna lie, we shouldn't even be able to compete against. Made all to the Final Four in our division. I was like, bro, we ended up losing to Arnold by 2 points. I was like, bro, we ain't have the size. We ain't really had all this. And I mentioned we snuck out the night before and went party. Because I was like, bro, we got something we can do. Like, we fought. I'm like, there was a lot of times we threw hands. There was a lot of slap boxing. There was a lot of everything else.
You had them on teams. You had them on teams.
But at the end of it, we was like, okay, I don't say it like this. Now, I can talk shit to y'all. But if anybody else out the side of this circle
it's gonna be a problem.
Talk shit to y'all,
it's gonna be a problem.
We all better be stepping. Because if we ain't, like, no, we got to move as one. And that's the thing I see a lot of these kids ain't doing. Like, I told them all the time, I was like, bro, you lead this team? If someone's slacking, it's up to you to talk to them. Because it's different from a coach. They're going to think, like, Coach supposed to always do this.
Exactly.
Instead of, boom. Like, there were many times, like, me and Ashton, he's like, man, you got to catch the ball, boom, boom. I was like, I was in my head. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, if I play with him now, I already know exactly what to do. I say, if I did this 12 years ago, it would be a whole different story.
That's all I always say. We look back and like, man, if only I could have made these decisions 10, 15 years ago, what would my projection of my life be? But that's the beauty of it all, is that you went through those things, so now you can try to pass it on to the next kid, and hopefully it sticks with them faster than it did with you.
Yeah.
We were once them.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it too. Like, man, I was once 16, 17 years old and I didn't want to listen.
Exactly.
So I gotta remember that when I'm talking to them and just try to meet them at their level more than have them meet me at my level.
Fact.
And I think that's a good way to come at them too.
Because I remember, I know Pine Forest had a harder time than most other schools too, because y'all had a lot of y'all people come in from Woodham.
Yeah.
So really, y'all had 2 full teams come together, and you like, there was a lot of bumpers.
Because it was that even though Pine Forest and Woodham, when I was really in school, wasn't really like a big rivalry.
Yeah.
But it turned into kind of a rivalry because, like you say, once Woodham closed down, now everybody was forced to either go there or go to Washington.
Now, if you was a starter here,
exactly.
It's like, dang, you come there, these people got their stuff down.
So the competition level
rolls up. And that would make everybody else better.
Exactly.
But with Florida, we got like 1 or 2 people. Mm-hmm. But as far as like the whole
masses,
I was like, bro,
everybody going to those schools.
They went to either PHS, they went to Pine Forest, or Washington. And a few of them may want to take.
Maybe with the Tate. And the only reason why is because Tate's so far, Scambia so far, so a lot of those kids can't even get to those schools.
Yeah.
So for them, it just made more sense. Okay, I was going to Woodham, Pine Forest, literally right up the street.
Yeah. And
Washington
they already
right
competed.
And they already competing for in the sport I want to play.
Cause look, I'm not even gonna lie. Y'all understand the talent that they had back in the day with them. Yeah. Them games, like even if I played, but when they heard them 2 playing and our game, we ain't got a game. Like, I'm going to watch it. Yeah. Cause it's a show.
That's why Pine Forest football team's so good now. Yeah. Cause everybody that would have been going to Woodham, they all went to Pine Forest, and then the same thing with Washington. That's why Washington team kind of slacked off a little bit now, cause everybody's moved over to Pine Forest.
Yeah. Cause look, and the Washington always had athleticism. But PHS had the size. They had Aaron and Beasley. They had a 6'9" point guard and a 6'9".
Yeah. I remember playing, bro.
I was like, bro.
In high school, that was one team I couldn't stand playing was PHS because they always had guys that were 6'5", 6'6" that played guard. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have like, most now somebody that big, they make them play post. But back then, we was playing guard. Yeah. And then now you see basketball has transitioned back to, positionless basketball now. And that's exactly that's why a lot of kids that are bigger, they struggle because if you're not working on your game completely, it's going to be hard to play basketball, man.
And look, and this was kills me. Everybody got size at West Florida except for one person. They can shoot. And they can handle the ball. We get to the game,
they won't do it.
They won't do it.
So I wonder. I ask this question to myself all the time. I wonder if you being a person that comes to the game, you're watching, you're not actually like on the floor coaching. Yeah. I always ask myself, what is the cause of that? Yeah.
Because that happened to me too, though.
What's the mental block that a lot of kids face? When it comes to like, all right, I can go in the gym with somebody and I can shoot the ball and feel good, lights out. But then once I'm on the court, I'm afraid to shoot the ball.
See, and that happened to me and I realized this too, because when I used to come back here when I was in the military, I reverted back to playing how I played with my team because I played with them. Gotcha. But then when I was over there in Hawaii, I was playing 2 and 3. I was handling the ball, I was shooting, I'm doing everything else, like my game raised. And I started thinking, like, man, what's the mental block? Because I think it's
a little bit of just freedom that is given to you with the coaching.
I want to say it plays into coaching, but also it plays into the player because he's afraid of either failing at it or is a fear of failure or because everybody pointing fingers these days, especially now more than anything. Yeah, if you miss a shot or do something stupid, back then it's like hurt. Just get back on defense, make up for it.
But now it's on film.
Yeah, it's on film. They're like,
so what are you doing? You're the reason why we lost.
Because the whole time, all the games they play, the whole time they were just yelling at each other. You ain't talking, you ain't doing nothing else too. Like honestly, I really feel like if you get a lot of these more players to play more dominant the whole time, bro. Like honestly, that's the whole thing y'all should practice the whole time. Yeah. Like, especially with the team that they got coming back next year. Okay. Cause all the sides of West Florida coming back.
Yeah, because they're not new.
They're juniors.
I thought they only have like maybe 1 or 2 seniors this year.
They got five seniors.
5 seniors this year.
Yeah. Okay. They got 5 seniors.
So the rest, but all the size athletics was coming back for 1 more year.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, when you look at it like that, honestly, I feel like culture, like you're also gonna pay back the coaching and everything too, and culture, because like Power Force, how McCant, Ty came in, and how all he even got Beasley over there. I was like, how the fuck you got a dude from PH? The big mother.
That's another thing I thought was so hilarious. Yeah. Like I look at like the coaching, you know, the coaching of this area now. It's so funny how like everybody is coaching at a school they didn't go to school or a school they were supposed to hate in school. You know what I'm saying? Like Ty Bino at Pine Forest.
Like he
graduated from there, so he's like one of the few. But like you say, B's being at Pine Forest, he went to PHS.
I went
to Pine Forest. I'm at Washington. My boy B Knight, he was at Scambia, and he went to Washington, and like it's funny how
I was this close from actually going out to the Tate. And I was like, man, this is cool. I would have went to. I was like, man, and I got beef with Tate.
Yeah, it's so funny how like you know fast forward, and you see everybody that's in coaching that they coaching at a school they didn't go to, or they have a chance of coaching. And it's cool to see all the players too that's giving back that actually played in this area.
And that's what I love too, because like it's the people that actually I used to come out there and watch like, dang, they balling. Like ain't like Beasley, man.
Yeah.
I played out low. Yeah. So I remember that many times.
I still play with him to this day, man. And Beasley, he's still strong as a damn ox.
Exactly.
And still do things that when he was in high school he was able to do, and still athletic. We just older now, but he still can go, man.
That's the thing. I was looking at it like half the people that playing, that coaching, like they can play.
Yeah.
Now that's the one thing that only few schools are not doing it yet.
Yeah.
My school being one of them.
Not bringing people back in that used to play her.
And I'll try to do that back in 2014, 15.
Now, do you think it's the players not wanting to come back to the program, or do you think the coaching not wanting players to come into the program?
At first, I thought it was coaching.
Okay.
Because I ran into that obstacle.
Okay.
Like the coach that I had then, now he's the dean. He's like, I felt like he wasn't ready. And I was like, bro, that was not. I understand you saying that. Now you was over here trying to get us to come back. We most tried that already. Now because you did your job was up in the air. Now you want to bring us back.
I got you.
So like
trying to say what you had.
Yeah. But a lot of players that came from the, they wouldn't look twice at the school. Especially when you think about it, you had a bad experience of coaching and everything, and like you felt like, bro, you did a lot of bullshit. And
the coach just
the parents don't even like coming back out the.
Yeah, that's why I think it's just a combination of the culture as a program that has been rocky, and then the players don't want to come back and support the new kids and the program and the coaching there. But I think what can help is the coach that's there now, if he can stay there a long term time, and he can really build and design a culture in a way where, like I say, players want to come back, parents want to be a part of the program, and players want to play there and feel good about playing for him, then I think you can start seeing that develop. That's the biggest thing. When a coach doesn't stay in the program long enough, it never can build. Because if it's always coaches coming in and out like a revolving door, and the players doing the same thing, then nobody's ever building that relationship to where you feel like, you know what, when I graduate, I'm going to come back and support the next group of kids that come behind me, and I'm going to get on the coaching staff. That's the only reason why I'm coaching, is because the coach I coached with was my high school coach. And he had an impact on me. So when he called me and said, hey, Mark, I'm coaching at Washington, I'm like, I'm with it. I don't care where you coaching.
I'm there.
You know what I'm saying? So I think you got to start that foundation of having a good relationship with your players on and off the court. And then when they're done, they're grown, they moved on with their life, they'll come back when you need them, just because they have that respect for you.
And I realize that is so true. Because I think a lot of, like, the year they actually could have won the district again, I was coming around, I was helping out a little bit. And then this year came around, like, I ain't like I made a ball with them kids. I thought that more than most of the other coaches.
I mean, I saw you at the West Florida game talking. You know all of them, so you got enough relationship with them, and you're familiar with them to where I feel like if you were to come around and really start speaking life into them and talking basketball and talking about all your experiences that you've had, I think you can make a couple impact on a few of them. But like I say, it's just, you do it, but then the coaches have to be behind with it and support it. So that way they like, all right, well, T, you coming around, you been in the program, you know these kids, and I can see the impact you're having. We need you to stay around. Yeah. And even it's just like on a mentor type situation.
Look, that's why I was at first a mentor, but then I'm fighting against the superintendent right now.
Gotcha.
So now,
yeah.
Until then, I'm like, I can't really. I'm out
here. Yeah. But I mean, the good thing about your platform is that you're doing it even though you're not actually at a school.
Exactly.
You know, you're having conversations where you know talking about life, talking about experiences, which can help whoever's watching. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It can help them with that too as well.
And I'm excited to see what this city could do with everything, especially with basketball and stuff too. And I know we off to a roughy start at first with West Florida. Yeah. I believe they can turn it around.
Yeah, I mean, which y'all played? 3 games?
Two.
2 games?
Well, 2 games in.
So y'all played us, and y'all played Pine Forest.
Y'all play Tate tonight.
Y'all lost to Pine Forest? Okay. So y'all got Tate. So Tate's a winnable game. Yeah. You know?
Actually, I'm not gonna lie. Pine Forest was winnable game.
Yeah. I just honestly think
is that thing
if guys mentally say to themselves, this is one thing I did our junior and senior year at Pine Forest. We took our corrective core, 5, 6 of us. We said, hey man, listen, this year, next year, we trying to do something big. And like you just said, we all, banded together and said, all right, we're gonna let coach worry about coaching us and preparing us, but as for our performance, we control that. Yeah. So when we're on this floor, everybody play hard for everybody. Yeah. If the guys on that team can start doing that and say, okay, look, my job is I'm gonna box out. I'm gonna make sure we get rebounds.
That was me.
Yeah,
and I made sure that
if you get me these looks, I'm gonna make sure I knock them down. But we're gonna play defense. We're gonna talk. We're gonna respect each other on the floor. But we're gonna demand a lot from each other. Yeah. And we're gonna control what's going on this court, and we're gonna let coach do the coaching. Yeah. And if they can do that, I think, like you said, they can turn around because, like I say, I watch it from the side and I'm looking at the man. I mean, he's doing everything he can do as a coach. They just got to start by, believing in something. Yep. I don't care what it is, if it's whether his defense or the offensive scheme he have, or they got to start believing in something and roll with that and do that. Yeah. Because until they believe in something, all that just going back and forth on the court,
they ain't gonna do nothing.
It ain't gonna do nothing, and you're gonna turn this year into a real bad year.
And look, they said last year they had a better team they had this year. I was like, man, it's just like you said, but they had, unfortunately, like you said, coaching after coaching after coaching after coaching, just falling away. Yeah. So the environment that they were brought up in, as far as the coaching culture,
is just being chaotic.
Mm-hmm. So now they're like, well, shoot,
this is my last year.
I got to do something for myself. Try to do something. Yeah. But I hate to say, if they don't come together sooner, it's gonna be one of them, another West Florida year. And I'm sad to say the seniors gonna be real disappointed of the outcome because they ain't no other feeling like
winning the district.
Not even just that. When it's your last game
in
high school, your last high school game, and you know it's over.
Yeah, that last horn sound, and you know you'll never put this uniform on again, and you'll never play with you again. Yeah, unless y'all had a chance, unless y'all have been, doing your thing for 4 years and you going to the same school or something like that. But outside that, I'll never play with this group again. Exactly. So when that feeling sinks in, it's a good checker.
Oh yeah, because I remember that horn sounded because I was coming back off an injury when we was getting in the district. I remember us winning. And I remember the last game because, man, the game still plays in my head. No, I stopped because
I bet it does.
Because we were playing Rutherford first time every time, and we had the home court advantage. And West Florida had a home court advantage in the playoffs. Yeah. Playing against Rutherford, my homeboy Drake kept going up the same reverse layup instead of just taking over the left side and kept getting the block. He got that shit blocked about 7 times. We lost by like 14, 15.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, the part that hurt the worst, like, I played a little bit. Yeah. But I was like, man, I know how to stop this dude. Coach put me in.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, you need a defensive person to stop it. I'm like,
somebody
bro,
that
this my job. I'm like, bro,
somebody that want to be that dog.
yeah, I'm like, bro, this my job. I'm like, I'm the person get you 20 rebounds a game. I'm bossing motherfucker out. I'm making him say, hey, yo, you ain't coming up in here and treat us like we just on little behind motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Then he put us all, like, Georgia seniors on the court for like the last couple seconds when he, like,
just to pay respect to y'all,
man.
Yeah.
I ain't stop. I ain't look. I couldn't even do nothing. But when the horn stopped, I was looking up at the clock.
Yeah.
Walked out.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't. I ain't dapped nobody up. I went to the locker room, got my stuff.
Oh yeah.
Got in my car. Sat there for at least 20 minutes crying. Then drove off. Yeah. Went to the house.
I want to say, we lost in the semifinals of the district my senior year, and bro, like everybody in the locker room was crying because it was like it's over now.
And you know y'all just.
We know we had it. I honestly felt like we had a team that we should have went state with, but like I said, there was a couple little minor, lapses of judgment that we had in that semifinal game against Washington, and like I said, it cost us in the end, But at the end of the day, I'm still like very cool with pretty much everybody on my team, and that's why I can say those last 2 years created that bond and that friendship, that lifelong friendship that we have to this day. So it can be a good thing and a bad thing, even in your moments of loss. You know what I'm saying? So
that's my brother. They ain't like
my
brother.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, we may argue sometimes when we get together.
Look, I done been in, bro, on my team, out of my teammates I went to high school with and played ball with, bro, I done been into probably 15, 20 fights with a lot of them. But still to this day, like if they call me, I'm there and vice versa, and we always check up on each other. We always keep each other in line in that regard. So like I said, I don't have no issue with how things played out. I wish things would have been a little bit different.
Yeah.
But now to be a part of a situation where it's like, okay, I can actually give back with that experience to help these guys go further than I did.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like it'd be, we let's say we go on a run, we go to state, we win state. To me, that's gonna be even better than actually playing in the game, because now it's like, man, I was able to help someone else win.
And
achieve a bigger thing. So it's like it's more powerful being on this side and actually being the player, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Now of course I would have loved to win state, but if I can be a part of it and help a kid get there, that's even better.
Oh yeah.
So.
And look, I just the team that we got right now, they can do
it. Yeah, I think so. What's the district they in?
We got Walden, South Walden, we ain't got nobody in the city.
Okay, all right. Because I don't even know who in y'all district no more.
Yeah, we got Walden, South Walden, Bay, or something. So
Panama City.
Yeah.
Kind of Panama City team. So y'all probably in either 3A or 4A.
Yeah, I think we in 4A.
4A. So yeah, y'all got it. Y'all in the right district to be able to do so. But like I said, guys got to get together, man. Because you're 3 games in. You finna play tape tonight.
Yeah.
So this is the game that y'all got to start. You know what I'm saying? Even if y'all lose, but y'all got to be competing and playing hard. Because even if y'all lose by 1, okay, that means y'all compete.
We
improve.
Yeah.
So each game got to be a step forward in improvement until you start trickling off some wins.
Yeah.
And once you start trickling off those wins, now guys' confidence gets high. Now guys start really believing. That's what it took for our guys to start really winning.
Yeah.
Then guys started believing.
Yeah.
Because before, we were getting out but rolled these last 5 years.
Oh, yeah.
People was laughing at us, saying we didn't know what we was doing, coaching-wise, saying guys didn't want to play for us, guys didn't want to be at our school. But now, things have switched because them guys that stayed within the program, the parents that stayed in the program, the guys that came back to the program, now they starting to believe, everybody's starting to see the bigger picture.
Oh, yeah.
Now everybody's starting to see that we have an opportunity to really go far as long as we stay level-headed and we keep improving 1% every day. That's all you want to do, 1% a day. That's it.
Oh, yeah, man. All right, so what's your advice you'll give to these hoopers and everything? Oh, matter of fact, if you was get West Florida team right now, a
motivational
speech or some advice for them going into the game tonight.
Okay. What I would say to them tonight is, man, you have to decide how this season turns out. Do you want this season to be, especially for your seniors, for all you seniors that's in the room, if you want your last year to just be a laughing stock of the city, a laughing stock of your school, then keep doing what you're doing. But if you want things to be better and you know they can be better, then start tonight, start today by doing one thing better, 1% better than you did yesterday. So that means listen to coach. That means listen to your teammates. That means pushing your teammates. Yeah. That means taking the advice from somebody outside of the team and really letting it sink in and using that and harnessing on that. That's what you got to do, because y'all can do it as long as y'all believe. Yeah. Nobody else can do it for you but yourself. So that's what I would give them. And then as for just kids in general, in this generation, man, I would say I understand the pressures that you're under.
Yeah.
Because a lot of kids, whether you're a star kid or trying to be a star or just trying to make it every day from what you got going on in your personal life, I get it. It's a microwave society that we live in.
Yeah.
But you have to honor the process and the journey that you're going on. And know that your journey is not supposed to align and match up with the next person side by side to you. You gotta develop within your own journey for your own purpose. So that process is ugly. That process is long. That process is tiring. I'm gonna be 35 in a week, and I'm still going through that, bro. Yeah. So it don't stop. What's his name? Warren Buffett. He had said a quote a while back. And he was talking, in his interview, and he didn't make his first million until he was 50 years old. So just let that process, like, you got to think, okay, here's a man that's, looked at as one of the richest people in the world, and one of the smartest people when it comes to investing and businesses and how to do business and what business to do and all that. And it took him 50 years
just
to get to 1 million. So with that, I took that as that it's never over.
Yeah.
Your time will come as long as you keep grinding within your process and knowing that everything you're going through is for purpose. And the people that you're going to lose, the people that you're going to gain, they're going to be for your purpose as long as you understand that you're learning lessons, not losing every time something doesn't go your way. So that's how I live my life now is I'm never taking a loss, I'm only taking lessons. So that way next step, next day, next week, next month, next year, I can be better from this lesson that I learned. So just like being on your podcast now, this is for purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's to get better with doing this, with the people. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all, he gonna be a head coach one day. I don't know when. Hey, may need to get him over there.
Hey, man.
They all beautiful.
Listen. I know my coach, who's my head coach, like I said, he's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
And me and him have conversations all the time. And, in a perfect picture, I would love to help him win a championship, state championship. And then when he goes to retire, if he would honor me, with the key to the castle, man, I would definitely honor that moment, especially come from him just because of how much of impact he's had on me. And not only just him, my coach Legacy in high school, he's been a powerful impact on my life too, and still to this day, every time I have a conversation with him. So Coach Lewis and Coach Legacy have been two men in basketball, along with Benny Washington too. Them three gentlemen have been very powerful in my, upbringing as a young man, and as well as my IQ as a basketball player. So they all three have been a trifecta for all that. So if I can have a chance to be, take over for one of them, I know Benny, he's not coaching high school.
Yeah.
Coach Legacy not coaching the high school. So Coach Lewis the last one. So if I could take over for him, man, that'd be awesome.
That'd be blessing.
So one day it might come, or I'll still just do what I do now, train and try to be mentors to the guys and girls that I can. So
yes, sir. Ooh. Hey, y'all hear that right now? We here for purpose, bro.
Yeah.
We here for purpose.
That's it.
Man. But y'all, I gotta thank you for coming on, DeMarcus, man.
Nah, I appreciate it. I gotta get you on my podcast.
I'm ready whenever,
yeah,
man.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm ready because look, I say I'm probably be another 6 months up in this one.
Yeah.
And then
hey man, like I say, I know everybody that's watching, y'all can't really see the setup. This is a beautiful setup, man. Like I say, it's definitely nice. And like I said, enjoy these last 6 months here when you can. Try to seize opportunities as much as you can with these interviews and these episodes, man. And then, like I said, then your next level is okay, now where I go from here?
Exactly.
Because they got to keep going.
Can't stop.
Can't stop.
Hey, I can't stop. Hey,
Yeah.
I quit on too much stuff.
Yeah,
Now
I love the name, man. From Boys to Men, I love the name, man.
The boy would used to quit.
That's
The man,
yeah.
nah. Hey, I started this. I gotta finish.
You gotta finish it,
It
man.
ain't never over.
Because one thing I'm learning just with myself doing podcasts, bro, is that it's a tedious process.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, the camera to the setup to the editing. 'Cause I know you told me you do your editing and all that on your own. You know, one thing I give you as advice when it comes to your podcast as you transition out of this location is try to find you somebody that's willing to believe in what you're doing to help you with all that. Because, like I said, I have a guy that does all my editing, all my camera work, all that stuff, so I don't have to worry about that. So you start building your team around you, start saying, okay, let me find me somebody that's great at cameras and editing. Once you got that, that's the hardest part. You got to find somebody that loves to do that.
Yeah.
So that way you can say, okay, that's one less thing I got to do. So now all I got to figure out is, okay, where I'm going to do it at.
And how I'm gonna set up.
How I'm going to set it up. And then, okay, if I'm going to have guests, cool. Or if not, just keep my program going the way I'm going.
Yeah.
And you'll start to see it keep building, because that's how everything works, bro.
Okay.
Everything's a process.
I'm been looking for that. I just need to find, like I said,
Yeah,
I'm trying to find that tribe.
Yeah. That's it, bro. You find you somebody, it ain't even got to be like 5 or 6, just 1 or 2 people.
Yeah.
Because I got 2 people with me that's doing my podcast. You know?
And then we rocking and rolling.
And rock and roll, dog. That's all you want. You just want 2 people to say, all right, T, let's roll. What I need to do to help you push your platform. Because at the end of the day, once we get to a certain level, everybody's winning.
Yeah.
Because now you're like, all right, since you've been here since day 1,
Yeah.
I got to keep you with me.
You stuck.
So my 2 guys that's with me on my podcast, I tell them every time, like, look, first of all, I appreciate y'all because y'all doing this out of your kindness of your heart. You're not getting paid.
Exactly.
Ain't no money rolling in right now. But when it does,
you already know
you straight because that's the goal. My goal is to say, hey, take the podcast to a level to where this is what we do for our livelihood. So guess what? Now I got you and you put your livelihoods is embedded in here too. So now you take care of your families based off our platform.
Oh yeah.
And I call it our platform because it's not just me.
Yeah.
I'm just the guy in front of the camera. I'm not the guy. I'm not the guy that's running everything. You know what I'm saying? So I always tell people, my guy named John. He's my creative director. That's his title. He makes everything happen for me. So, but we definitely gonna get you on the podcast, man.
Oh yeah. Let me know. I'm always ready.
Yeah, I got. Like I said, we got a couple episodes coming up here soon. I already got some stuff scheduled, but like I said, we're gonna get first of the year. We'll get something going.
Oh yeah, hey, I'm with it. Hey, look, I'm about to start going live myself. I seen this. I was like, man, because look, like I said, every time it's a process. Every level gotta go high.
Yeah. Well, if I showed you some of my episodes from the beginning, bro.
Hey, trust me, I'm the same way. Hey,
I tell people all the time, this the testimony for me to let people know that I could have quit right after this, bro. We was doing our very first episode. We had a room similar to this, right?
Yeah.
And I had a big banner in the backdrop.
Yeah.
And the banner fell in the middle of our conversation. And my boy Joe, like, you want to keep going? Yes, we're going to keep going. Because I want people to see the progress.
Yeah.
From episode 1 to episode 200, you're going to see, like, oh, man, like, they've been grinding and getting better and getting better and getting better. So people appreciate that more.
Something similar happened to me because I didn't know how to do my slideshow and get my logo on the TV.
Yeah.
So I had hurry up and download it, put it on the thing. I was like, oh yeah. Like this.
Yeah.
It's still glitching the whole time. I was like, well, fuck, this ain't how we live.
Hey, man, but the thing about it is you need to keep that.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
Because that's a beautiful moment in your beginning so people can say, hey, man, T was here, but, man, look at his quality now.
Yo. Hey, and this season 8 right here, hey, if you look at season 8 to season 1.
That's what I'm saying. Dude, that's what I'm saying. If people are like, what happened? Exactly. So that's the same. I'm on season 2 for myself. So that's what I want people to see, and what people seeing through you is that, man, you're growing in this process, and you're maturing from this process too.
And that's what I love, because people understand, they like, oh, you just here talking to them and getting their stories. Like, oh, look, they pour into me, I pour into them, and also give me a different perspective on life.
Yeah.
And that part right there.
I think the most powerful thing in what you're doing with your podcast is that, like I said, you're having a conversation with men about experiences, because that's a lot of issues we have in our community as men, is that we can't talk to nobody. And even though we're not, we ain't in here crying and with tissue and all that stuff, but we're able to express things we're going through.
Yep.
So that way you have a better understanding, I have a better understanding for you, and then guess what? We can be better moving forward.
And
that's where the healing comes in.
Yep. And then we can touch somebody else.
Yeah. Through the camera.
Exactly.
Through the camera.
That's why. And look, you just said it. That's basically the whole show. He just broke it down in a better way than I could ever break it down.
That's the psychology of what you're doing, man. And the therapy of what you're doing is that you're bringing gentlemen on here and ladies, whoever wants to be a part of your platform, and giving them opportunity to have a conversation with you. And whether we agree 100% or disagree, or we agree some and disagree some, we all can be better from the conversation. Just like we just talked about basketball, but we also talked about life too.
Exactly.
In the midst of all of that.
So one of these young kids, and if they ever watch it,
they need to.
They're gonna be like, if it don't click to them,
somebody's gonna be touched in some regard if they really sit down and really listen to what you're doing in its entirety. Not just, if you put a reel together or a little cut of it, but they actually sit down and watch however long the podcast is and actually watch it. They'll understand. And I think that's part of that microwave society that we don't want to, it's an hour podcast. I want the best parts. Yeah. Nah, you sit down and watch, because from beginning to the end, there's gems.
All over.
It's all over the place.
And you just said it.
It's like full covered in.
They're full covered.
Because you worry about that one in the corner over there. You know what I'm saying?
My cousin, he kind of doing my stuff with my snippets and stuff.
Yeah.
He's like, man, they ain't only gonna watch 5 minutes. I said, man, I don't want them to watch 5 minutes. I want them to listen to the whole damn thing. I understand that's how you gotta get them engaged sometimes. Yeah. But like, for all the truckers out there that actually listening, like they hit me up all the time. I say, bro, when your next season comes?
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, damn.
Yeah, because like you say, because what you're doing is tapping into people. Yeah. And people are starting to really follow it. Yeah. And like I say, you want to have your reels, because that's one thing, my guys, we talk about all the time, is that you want to have these little 30-second reels to grab attention, but you also want to grab people's attention to the point where, yes, they start really listening to your audio, really watching your video, really supporting what you're doing, because what you're talking about matters in the community, especially, in the black community. A lot of it matters. Yeah. It needs to be talked about, because that's where your experience is. That's what my experience is.
Oh yeah.
We got to start with us. Like I was talking to my boy last night about it. We got to start talking and holding ourselves accountable for the change that we want to happen. Because if we're not changing, if we're not demanding more of each other, then we can't expect no one else.
We can't expect nobody to do nothing for us.
So that's part of what we got to get better at. Is this, especially when we talk about mentoring our young men. Oh yeah. Is to start tapping into what they're dealing with. Like I said, if they got a single parent home, if they got people that don't really love them, then you can't come down on them like a mountain. Yeah. Because all you're gonna do is push them to do wrong even more. Yeah. You gotta say, okay, here's a kid that is struggling with these areas of his life. I gotta try to figure out how I can tap into that first. Once I tap into that, he'll run through a wall for you.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's how I gotta go at Kobe. Yeah. I ain't gonna, I be coming down on him so hard. And I I peeped it last night. I was like,
it affects him, bro. It affects him negative.
Yeah. Because he felt like I was just yelling at him. I had to pull him aside. I was like, look, the reason I'm so hard on you, because I know your potential. Yeah. Like, but I had to realize he more like me than anybody else.
So you speaking to yourself.
I was speaking to myself, and I was looking at him. I was like, so tonight when I see him, if I get to see him before the game, I'm gonna pull him to the side. I was like, yo. Because I had to learn to do that with my son too. Because sometimes I snap at my son. Yeah. Because that's what I was used to.
That's what you used to. That's your program. Yeah.
And then I was like, man, no, I was wrong for that. It wasn't all that serious. He a kid, man. I tell him like, hey, man, I apologize.
You got it. The way you gonna reach Kobe is you tell him, say, hey, man, listen, I get it. First thing first, I get it. I was you. I understand how hard it is to do things when you don't have people that's really in your corner supporting you the right way. I'm here to tell you now that I get it, and we're gonna take this one day at a time. But I'm telling you, if you start making these little changes, you're gonna watch your game get better, and you're gonna watch your life get better from it. And you keep having those conversations with him every game and after the game too, and don't so much focus on negative with him. Keep it honest with him. Be transparent. Be real with him. but don't focus so much on the negative because, like you say, you don't know what he got going on at the house, and T opens up about that with you. That's when the healing will come for him. Is when he can start opening up to you and say, "Hey T, this is what I got going on at home," and you can walk him through that and walk him through basketball.
Oh yeah.
So when you start doing that, you'll start seeing changes in him for the positive.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, because I know that happened with one of my other mentors, mentees, Dawn.
Yeah.
Man, kid turned around and cut up in grades, even on game.
Yeah.
I was like, they used to tell me he's the most person to get out of emotional whack there.
Yeah.
I seen him on the court that day. I was like,
So
I said, okay, what's his name?
That's what I'm saying.
He even he broke it down to me. He called me every now and then.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and I finally met him. I was like, oh, you're the one that he be talking to on the phone. I was like,
there you go. There you go.
So you go ahead and keep doing it.
Yeah, because, especially like you say, especially for moms, man, it's a big deal for them, especially like say they're a single parent.
Yeah.
And when they can have somebody like you yourself who's young, who's close to their son's age, more than they are, can talk to them and they can see the impact you're having, they're going to want you to be more involved with them. Yeah. And you just got to remember that that's the bag you decide to carry was taking care of this kid mentally. Yeah. Now you're not physically taking care of him because you're not in his house, but you actually mentally are helping him move to the next level of his life. And that's a cool thing to do. And like you say, the more you do that, you just moving on to the next kid, and then you'll start seeing the kid that you're helping help other kids.
And that's gonna be good.
And then that's when you start seeing the community aspect of it all, man. But yeah, we need more guys like me, you, and others to keep doing that. Keep engaging with these guys, man, because they need it. Because as you can see, just don't even come to the game and talk to kids, but just look at kids in general. There's a lot of lost kids out here, man.
Oh yeah,
a lot of lost kids.
A
lot of them. They had a lot of, like, I knew, of course, when we was living, we couldn't see it.
Yeah.
We was in the middle of it. But now being, an older guy and just watching these kids, man, girls and guys, man, it's a lot of them just don't have no real guidance.
No respect.
No respect for nothing. No respect for themselves. Yeah. No respect for, adult status. Because I remember when I was a kid, bro, like, you just knew.
I can't say shit.
You can't say nothing to an adult. You can't talk back to an adult because if your mom found out that you talk back to Mr. Johnson, it's gonna be a problem.
You're gonna get your ass.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get
your ass whooped.
Get tore up. So like that's what's missing in the world today is that you just don't have that community where everybody knows that if you mess up, 6, 7 adults gonna know about it. Yeah. And you gotta deal with all 6 of them. Whether it's your teacher, your principal, your uncle, your dad, your grandpa, whoever it is, they all come together and say, okay, T, this is what you got going on. All right, so guess what? Now you got 7 people that's gonna be on top of you to get you right. You don't have that no more. Nope. When a kid acts up and does something, they just throw them away, throw them to the wayside. And that's why getting into coaching, I wanted to try my very best to have an impact on just one kid, man. If I could change one kid, help one kid, that's a start. Yeah. That's all you can do, man, because there's a lot of kids out here lost. A lot of kids are frustrated, emotional, but you just gotta take your time with them until eventually, man, you'll notice, man, it starts to get to them in the right way. Yeah. Some of them later than others, but, as long as you can touch one kid, man, that's it. Oh, yeah. That's it, man.
That was a message for y'all today. Shit, man.
But I appreciate you having me on the show.
Man, I appreciate you, man. Hey. Watch, we about to come. Hey, what's what I turn that around? Yeah. I got enough to tell them tonight. Yeah. Based off what you just said, man. Yeah. But no, thank you for coming in and also just helping me click. It clicked now with me a lot of stuff for coaching and not just that for mentoring, and help me get a better understanding of how I need to approach the whole circumstance. Yeah. Because the way I probably approaching it is probably how my coaches used to approach me. Yeah. And I got defensive. And
also too is military you too.
Yeah, military too.
And military you is my cousin, he was in the Marines. I got another cousin that was in the Army. I got a bunch of boys that I know was in the Air Force, Navy. Yeah. And that whole this attack, the issue, that's military. Yeah. Attack it head on, deal with it, get through it, and be done with it.
And just move forward.
But when you talk about, kids that come from certain situations, certain backgrounds, man, you can't come at them like that. Every kid you can't do that to. Some kids, if they're getting that on a regular basis, yes. Yeah. But if it's a kid that you can already tell is timid, emotionally unstable, and dealing with a lot, bro, you can't come at you gotta come at them at where they're at.
Yeah.
So if you know a kid's emotional, hey man, what? Forget basketball, bro. What you got going on has got you so hurt, like so upset.
Yeah.
What is it? What's the core of your issues? You know what I'm saying? And once they can open up to you and they can tell you that, then you build them back up from that, and then basketball will be easy after that. Basketball will be real easy. But if you don't never know what a kid is going through, and you just trying to tell them what to do, you're gonna see a lot more backlash. And you're gonna see them kind of push you away more than bring you in, because they're gonna say, man, every time T come around, T don't know what I got going on.
Yeah.
But he always talking to me like I'm crazy. He always talking to me like I don't know nothing.
Yeah.
But if you just say, hey man, look, I'm just coming to you as a friend. Like what? Let me know what you got going on, and anything I can do to help, I want to help you with that first.
Yeah.
And then basketball, I'll help you with that too. Or if I don't know the answer, I can point you direction to somebody that do
know the answer.
And then we can both learn together how to get past this hurdle that you're dealing with. So that's what I would say for you when you, as you continue your journey, going in West Florida, going to these games, mentoring the guys, is start figuring out, hey, okay, which guys, for one, that I can talk to.
Yeah.
And then which guys that, okay, let me learn more about them first. Yeah. And figure out what's going on with them. Because that's what I try to do with my guys, is try to figure out what's going on with them and come at them that way. But I'm still hard on them. Oh, yeah. I still demand, I still hold them accountable, but they respect it more, because now it's like, all right, so you're not coming down on me trying to, quote unquote, tell me what to do. Yeah. But you're coming at me and respecting me as a young man, because I got to tell all my guys, y'all young men, ain't none of y'all kids. Yeah. Because in the society I live in, you don't have an opportunity at 16, 17, 18 to be kids no more.
Y'all adults.
Y'all adults, y'all young adults. So I treat you this way. Yeah. So when I talk to them and I ask them things and I demand things of them, it's like a young man, because I say, y'all about to be in the real world, and y'all got to pay real bills and deal with real situations. So I'm trying to prepare you for that. So, you know what I'm saying? So,
we got this. All right, y'all. That's it for this episode. My bad, Mr. I forgot. Hey, this conversation got real good and everything. Yeah. But we actually got to get out of here. But like I said, always before we leave, dream big dreams, because small dreams have a little magic. And how big we dream, you know you can fail. Remember. Wait, dang, what's my last line? Oh yeah. You do y'all best, and let God take care of the rest.
Yes.
Thank you again for coming on.
No problem.
All right, peace, love, happiness, y'all. We out.
I know that I'm different, self-motivated, self-disciplined, yeah. I learned from my experience. I just want someone to take me serious. Real questions that I ask. How long will this solo trip last? I'm content with being alone in the past, but it's changing and it's something I can't grasp. Turn off my phone, I'm in my zone, so now I'm acting different. I'm to myself, I'm in my head, mapping out this life I'm living. Shadow work on myself, I done already seen hell. Can't fit in, so I rebel, but I don't miss a beat. I don't miss a beat.